We start things off on honestly one of the most dynamic TVP maps in the current map pool, in my opinion. Here we are on 2000's Atmosphere LE. I'm so happy I can do that again, Light. We're not on the ESLB stream. We can take Blink 182. Alrighty then. Here in the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner, we have the pink Protoss player coming down for the land of Sydney Abba. He is going to be representing us, the Cranky Ducklings. He is StarDuck. Spam this truck
to wake him up, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have his opponent representing his brand new team, Opus V, the Australian Terran. It is RunaMoK.
So I've just been informed that Kuro is currently doing some digging. She'll get back to us. The information fairy will bless us once.
So I was actually talking to Kuro about this before the tournament started, because I noticed RunaMoK like in game. I was like, there's a new clan tag there. Interesting, because there have been some rumblings behind the scenes about a new clan or a new team opening up in the ANZ scene. And Opus V is a tech company in Melbourne.
Oh, really?
Yes, that it is. So I have to wonder if this is the one, because I do know that there are a couple of other players that are going to be joining said team. Obviously, like Azure is currently a free agent, but currently there's Peppy as well, who's also a free agent who's looking for a new team. So yeah, I have to wonder if this is the one and only, and if MJ is associated with this or not.
Man, this is making me start to miss the days of ANZ Pro League. How cool would that be? We can have Legacy versus Mind Freak versus Opus versus... Well, actually, I think we need more ANZ players for us to compete in that, but...
The Cranky Ducklings would be there too. It's fine.
We would. If they needed manpower, then we'll like dig out. We'll dig out Lumia from retirement.
We will. We'll get Ares in there. We'll get him.
Yeah.
Oh god. But yeah. I have to wonder if this is the new team that's gonna be coming out, or if it's just if it's just a one-off here for RunaMoK. We'll have to wait and see once ANZ Champs does start up.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of brands kind of do that when it comes to StarCraft 2. Don't quite, not quite able to commit to a full-on team, but since it is an individual game, might as well just sponsor one player.
Yeah.
Ting and Neem.
Exactly. Cyril's team as well. There are plenty of teams that only have Ents. Exactly. So yeah, we'll see what comes of it. But before ANZ Champs and potentially ANZ Pro League, we of course have this series before us here. And
of course have GPO, yeah.
We got GPO, mate. That's what we got.
The granddaddy of all those tournaments. But yeah, we do have quite a series on our hands. Already going StarDuck's way quite a bit. He's going to be able to take out these Hellions before they can get loaded up into a medevac and start moving across the map. No scouting information available or map presence available for RunaMoK. Plus the CC was delayed for a while. Yeah,
exactly. I think what's important to note is also StarDuck, he saw those Widow Mines, so he knows that a Widow Mine drop is coming his way. He did, of course, not open up with Blink, with a Twilight Council. He instead opened up with a Stargate, and with that information, we already have Phoenixes on the way.
I am waiting for them to pounce onto the medevac in dead air. Nowhere to drop the mine. So we've seen a lot of mine drops making a little bit of a comeback, mass mine drop style in TVP. Cura's been doing a lot, and Time as well. The original mine dropper has been bringing that back. I'm excited to see if RunaMoK is sort of taking a page from them.
Yeah, we'll see, because I know RunaMoK has actually been practicing quite a bit here for ANZ Champs, and meanwhile, this is even more committed. The Armory just finished up in time for this.
Whoa, no detection available either! That's what happens when you go Phoenix first instead of Oracles!
Oh god, exactly, but he does pick it up!
As well. Ooh. Yeah, is able to pick up both of them, but unfortunately, nothing could be done to these three Hellions until now. 8 probes will go down. And RunaMoK gets his revenge from the early game.
Exactly. Looks like that Widowmine should reset as well, and I don't think StarDuck has noticed. He hasn't realized he doesn't have an Oracle on the way.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's in a bit of an awkward position for RunaMoK, and it's not really going to get too much damage done. But it will prevent some building from being thrown down. Pick it up!
Ooh.
Does pick it up right at the last second. You got to shoot it, StarDuck.
That's
going to be the end of that. It was very close, so yeah. It should have been.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because even though RunaMoK invested in the armory, he didn't force StarDuck to get detection. StarDuck didn't actually need detection to clean them up, so it's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, one of those golden opportunities, isn't it? When the Protoss player opens up without detection, yet somehow it still doesn't work out.
Yeah, feels bad, man.
Yeah, at least RunaMoK got a ton of probed kills, so.
Oh yeah, it was well worth it, right? Getting those 8 probe kills. Speaking of, I also wanted to touch on something else a little bit, is that this is a bit of a grudge match. Fun fact, when we casted the ANZ Champ qualifiers, StarDuck qualified for ANZ Champs over RunaMoK.
Yo.
Oh god. So we'll see how RunaMoK has been able to adapt over this past month. I should say it's been already a month since those qualifiers. So yeah, we'll see. I know he has been again practicing a lot for this, laddering a lot, and maybe he can have his revenge.
Not if StarDuck has something to say about that. Not with that gateway around.
Oh god, exactly. As RunaMoK, he's just going across, charging across the map. Charge is done for these Zealots, and that Toxic Gateway is about to finish up as well.
Yeah, who even needs a robo facility, am I right?
God.
It's proxy gateway and reinforce from there. It's actually a pretty good reinforcement point. Still gonna take a little while to get to the cert base of StarDuck. But with charge, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I mean, there's no Widowmines here. There's no tanks either. The Zealots are just gonna get on top of everything, and just the Marines are just gone. Pinned towards a Vespene Geyser and just taken out. Trying to lift up the CC now, but unfortunately the Phoenix is actually not quite in position to take that out. StarDuck, you gotta realize it's only one bunker here, StarDuck! And he is gonna be able to take that out. One tank in the back line. But what's one tank gonna do against 4 Phoenixes light? Yeah, exactly. The Raven gets focused down as well. Thankfully, the Raven did throw down 2 auto turrets before it got taken out, but those 2 auto turrets, mate, they're about to run out, and there's a tank on the high ground, but it's not within range. That is not, now it is, but I actually saw it. It's taking out the indestructible plates. The other tank gets lifted up before it can even siege. And it's taking a while to kill, but that doesn't really matter because the Zealots are wreaking havoc on the ground, lifts up the other tank just in time for the Zealots to move in, and that force field light just to pin the bio to a corner. Mate. I think this is it. StarDuck styling on his opponent a little bit there as RunaMoK views his natural. Feels minerals. I guess he does. He just lost 31 SCVs, but mate, he's gonna lose a lot more than that. GG is called, and StarDuck is saying, "You have a grudge on me? I have a grudge on you." He's like, "You have a grudge on me? Mate, who are you?" Oh my god. GG. Well played. Oh man, still quite a bit of a gap here, it seems. Quite a showing. I mean, you know, this is still a best-of series. We are going to dive into game 2. And yeah, it was just an unfortunate start to the game, right? Again, like, I'm sure... fun fact, StarDuck never got any detection at all. Like, he never... That's the thing, you know, you want to force him to invest in some other kind of tech, force at least an Oracle out as well. Maybe keep an eye on what your opponent's doing a little bit longer. He knew he didn't need detection. He was that confident in himself. Confidence, oversight, you know. It's all about how you spin it. I'm hoping this bodes well for ANZ champs 2 days from now. We'll see. You know, StarDuck has been saying that he is most confident in PvZ, but unfortunately won't have that If this PvT is anything to go off of, though, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, regardless, we are in that weird situation where ANZ Champs is kind of like the GSL for these players. You know, like it's what they're. It's a league format that they're focusing on.
Formats, yeah.
Yeah, and
there's preparation time.
Exactly, they are going to be like holding some builds closer to the chest, right, for ANZ Champs specifically.
Yeah, they don't want to pull Zest here. As we continue our series on Oxide LE, we're in the top right-hand corner map. Starting all the way in the top right-hand corner, we have the pink Protoss player once again coming out from the land of Sydney Arbor. He is going to be representing us, the Cranky Ducklings, as the Duck in the Stars. Everybody get your trucks ready, because we have StarDuck.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Australian Terran. He's purple, representing Team Opus V. It is RunaMoK.
I think I'm going to need chat's help on this one, Light, but I noticed as I finished that intro, it didn't even hit the 30-second mark. My brain is still wired to ESL.
Oh, no.
I need to get back. I need to get back to 3-minute intros and have the game end 10 seconds later. I need to recalibrate.
It's because you need to shake the rust off. You know, we need to get some more.
Yeah.
Some more ESL.
I like how that's shaking the rust.
Exactly, mate. You know. Oh god. Spawning in the left-hand corner of. You gotta reiterate the location.
Corner in the left-hand side, over here on the left. He is a pink player, a Protoss player that also happens to be pink.
And a Protoss.
But at the same time, yeah. And funny how that worked out.
Everyone, get your trucks ready.
But if you don't have trucks, then get your other trucks ready.
Yes, we also promote, you know, some public transport as well. We are.
Yep. It's a lot more environmentally friendly. If you have a truck, then carpool if you can. But even still, it's better if you take a bike or like a.
It's a metaphorical truck. You know?
Yeah, you know. Getting your trucks ready is a state of mind.
What do you want, mate?
It wakes you up. It wakes you up.
Oh no.
So straight up Marine first into a reactor coming out from RunaMoK. Gonna be a lot more aggressive this time.
That he is. He did end up, I believe, skipping that Reaper, but he went for an SUV scout, so, you know, he made sure that StarDuck wasn't doing anything crazy, and, I mean, to be fair, I don't blame him, right? StarDuck can be incredibly aggressive, as we saw, and he's completely switching things up, this time not going for that Stargate.
No, he is not. Twilight Council first, once again. Still the most versatile opening, in my opinion, for PvT. We'll see if StarDuck decides to go aggressive or more economic focus behind this.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I have an answer for you, mate.
Alrighty then. Very aggressive then.
I was about to like go into a small tangent about how like even Zest, we've seen him go for like these very fast like blink openers where you prioritize that over everything and you have it ready for that Widowmine drop. It's all about whether you're in position or not, but instead StarDuck just going straight for the DTs.
He does. He goes straight for the DTs. He goes straight for the Hellion. Once again, just denying as much map control as possible from RunaMoK. And it's actually even more important this time. I do believe that RunaMoK built a Reaper later on. Yep, he does have a Reaper, but still, it's one Reaper when he wanted a Reaper and 2 Hellions.
Yeah. Ooh, but the Reaper actually gets into the main base, and it looks like he will scout the Dark Shrine.
Yeah, maybe started getting a little bit too overconfident here, not trying to hide the Dark Shrine at all. A little bit of an oversight there. But we'll see how he switches things up from here. Now, RunaMoK still cannot get much detection. He's waiting for the eBay to finish up. He swapped the add-ons only now to get a Raven out, so there's still definitely some time to start to utilize these. Dark Templar.
Oh yeah, unfortunately there's a bit of a supply block as well, so it's gonna take even longer for the Raven to come out. Regardless, you know, we have I guess a bit of a Widowmine drop, question mark, literally.
One Widowmine, yeah, little bit.
Yeah, I do like that RunaMoK did adapt. You know, he did stop Widowmine production to get ready for the DTs. That's why we only have one Widowmine coming across the map. DTs are already here, but Mr. Turret is done.
All right, and right next to the bunker, these Templars should not be getting any damage done. And the unfortunate thing with this is that the Warp Prism doesn't seem to be in position. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for StarDuck to just morph them into Archons and get some damage out there. Now we see why the Warp Prism was in position.
Yeah, pretty interesting that he was trying to go for a little bit of multi-prong, but we have the Raven, we have mobile detection, so StarDuck is forced away and he will be forced to morph them into Archons.
Yeah, 2 STVs, not too bad, but he was definitely looking to get a ton more. Oh, wait. Is he going to intercept this? Is he going to intercept this light? Is he going to... Oh, good reaction times coming out from RunaMoK.
Yeah, exactly. I was very surprised that the drop was coming back home, but I think he realized as well, he's like, yo, you gotta get across the map. Meanwhile, decent disable, but the Archon was dropped on the low ground just in time.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought he dropped it on the cliff. I was like, no, that's a dead Archon. Thankfully, StarDuck is able to get that out of there.
That he is.
Now it's going to be interesting to see what his follow-up is going to be.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of what StarDuck is going for is delayed, right? Like, Blink is a lot later than it would have liked. I'm sure he would have loved to have gone into a Forge much faster as well and work on his upgrades. So everything is that little bit slower, but I guess he does have a bit of a tech advantage when it comes to already having access to these Archons.
He does a little bit of splash damage, and of course, Archons are what you want to tank some tank fire.
Exactly. Meanwhile,
about to finish up.
Yeah, that's a lot of Stalkers, mate. Blink is already done, and there's one tank here on the high ground. Is this one tank going to be enough?
We'll definitely have to see. The Marines are in a decent position to get a bit of a concave up. But the high ground vision wasn't quite there. Thankfully, this Observer should go down just out of range of the Marines. But still, that prevents the high ground vision for RunaMoK for quite some time.
Meanwhile, some nice focus fire. He does deny +1 armor and only loses a handful of workers. Meanwhile, at the same time, finally, that Widowmine did dive in.
And they get a couple of workers. Not too bad for a single Widowmine, but I feel like the time definitely has passed. StarDuck is looking to... StarDuck's already on 3 Nexuses. It doesn't take him too much to replace those probes.
Yeah, exactly. And he was already working on the next step, right? He was just containing his opponent, trying to find some damage here and there. And I mean, I just realized that was the only... Oh, no, sorry. I was like, yo, was that the only engineering bay? No, he's remaking it. There was another behind the natural as well. And yeah, we do already have +1 and charge finishing up, so he can go into that more charged Archon composition. Oh.
And it should work out really well for him, and being honest. Like, these tanks are super exposed. Stalkers blink right on top of them, and that Raven is in a lot of trouble. These Marines pinned into a corner, and those Archons having an absolute field day. This should not have been that easy for StarDuck, honestly.
This is without +1. That's what
it is without +1.
That's what this is, mate.
This should have been a lot more of a struggle for StarDuck.
It should have, but there was a tank here in the main base, and again, the production was delayed a little bit. The upgrades were delayed, and StarDuck is able to hit at a beautiful moment here. It looks like the third base goes down.
Third base goes down. 21 SCVs go up in flames. Thankfully for RunaMoK, he did deal with the Warp Prism, so at least he doesn't have to worry about the main base, but the damage has already been dealt. StarDuck is going to be perpetually ahead as time goes on.
Yeah, exactly. Like now StarDuck, he has his upgrades. He's even working on a 4th base because why not? There we go. Finally, the splash damage is going to be coming into play with that robotic space, so we can work on Colossus or Disruptors, and any kind of momentum that RunaMoK would have had, like to push out across the map, is gone because the tank count was reset.
How many tanks died so far in this game? Because I feel like it's a lot more than they should. 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's without pushing out. Last thing you want to happen to you as a Terran player.
I mean, you know better than I do, right? When it comes to this matchup and going for those bio tank pushes, like that's like so much of the strength or what you really want to be going for in this matchup.
That's a much better way of phrasing that. I was just gonna say it feels bad if you don't push out. But yes, timing pushes are very strong in TvP. Let's go with that.
Oh god, and okay, nice pickoff here. He gets a couple of stalkers for free.
Yeah, those Marauders really getting their anti-armor in. And the Sim really working wonders. Dropped us a little bit of damage, but it does get cleaned up, unfortunately.
Yeah, you know, a couple of probes here and there, a couple of stalkers as well. So RunaMoK, he's trading pretty efficiently, to be honest. What I'm concerned about is the next step, right? Because the first Colossus is about to pop out, and once Colossus joins this army, I don't know how RunaMoK really fights this.
Yeah, he definitely needs to be very, very careful with his positioning here. I guess just the best way to fight this is to not, go for drops instead and hopefully try to distract the main army long enough. He's pulling the Boyzolite. RunaMoK wants to end this, and I'm not convinced he can.
I mean, mate, the game is about to end regardless. As the fight does ensue, all the tanks go down, GG gets called.
StarDuck going to be taking that series 2-0, proving the grudge match true? Question mark? Preventing the vengeance. That's how I'll phrase that. Very nicely done. And just like that, we have a potential, or no, we already have a semifinals that I think might actually be the only thing we have available to us to cast right now.